Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, our Journey with Burgess.
Hope that y'all are doing well. This year, well, in 2019, I'm doing the depth year. It's a focus year for me. And in my spiritual journey, my focus is going to be on some of the same things I'm doing now. Astrology, learning how to read my own birth chart and other people's, learning about the moon, learning about the houses in astrology, learning about how the moon and the tarot and astrology all fit together, as well as learning tarot and how to read, hopefully intuitively. I'd like to learn more about the tarot in general. I am not going to be buying any more stuff, I don't think. Maybe a little bit of washi tape if I'm going to run out of the ones that I have. Maybe a stencil. But I doubt very seriously if I buy much in the way of, I've already got the planners, I've already got some things, and I really wanted to get another Earth Pathways diary from past years. I got one, I'd like to get a few more, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do that. Unfortunately, I can't find those at any of my thrift stores around here. My friend Jen seems to be able to find a lot of that at thrift stores near where she's at. But I thought maybe what I do is take my camera and take more pictures of nature. Take more pictures of the trees and the leaves, the sunrise, the sunset, the moon, all different kinds of things, and use my own pictures. Maybe I'll go on Creative Commons and see if I can find some pictures that don't have copyright, that aren't copyrighted, that I could actually use for my journal, and different things like that. But so far, I think the more I can do things like what I'm doing right now in this video where I'm drawing things. This is for the oak moon, which is December's moon, and it's also called the cold moon. I really resonate with the oak moon. I've been feeling things more intuitively, trying to do things that are really more me. Like for me, the cold moon, well, one, it doesn't get that cold here, but two, the oak moon just really resonated. And I wrote down what it said. I did some research about the oak moon, that it's dedicated to Janus, which is the two-faced god, it's the maturity that the oak king looks in both directions of the year at once, as does the moon and the sun, as does the sun, I think. Oak also means a door in many languages, and this moon is known as the hinge of the year. That you can recognize the sacred male and female within yourself, for all are children of both the sun and moon, that we are both strong and steadfast, like the door itself. Yet we can open and close with the help of our hinges. This is also going to be the full moon in Cancer. And your feelings of safety is now related to your home, family, and related to attributes such as cooking and gardening, which is really funny because those are some of the things that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and we're not even quite to the full moon yet. But I think it's because it's the end of the year, it's the holidays, and it's a time of family and friends and community for me. It feels very I want to spend more time with Victor. I want to start some of the traditions that my parents, my grandparents did when I was young. Start some of these things with Victor. I want to do some of those things. David and I are going to plant a garden in the spring, and we are now doing research for that. We want to plant our own vegetables and herbs. I've got a book about healing herbs that I really want to do more reading in. I want to figure out some of what I can put in that garden. I need to figure out what season is best for certain things and things like that. So I am going to be delving into a lot more DIY stuff because I want a little place out in the backyard that will be my meditation spot, my spot for like when I go outside and want to look at the moon. Although I see the moon better from my front yard, but I really want a place in the backyard. Just where I can sit and contemplate, maybe sit and read during the day, maybe sit and meditate in the evening, and different things like that. I am thinking about putting more stuff in the backyard, more decorative, spiritual kind of stuff, and doing a lot of that myself. I will go thrift shopping to see if I can find some of the things at thrift stores and garage sales and things like that. So it's not about things that I can purchase. It's more about things that I can do myself. And I have a lot of books that I have not read that I want to read, and a lot of books that I've started reading but haven't finished. So that's my goal. I won't be purchasing really any new tarot cards, but you are going to see me with the 2 new tarot decks. One of them I've had for a little bit, just haven't really done much with because it didn't come with a book. But somebody else was talking about it, and so I'm just going to start using the 2 decks together so I can figure out more of the symbolism and stuff. You're going to see those. And so yeah, like I said, I doubt very seriously if I buy very much new stuff. I'm going to go with what I already have and what I'm already studying, with the exception of the garden and doing some DIY stuff outdoors once the weather warms up a little bit. But we are getting into winter, and winter we can clean up some of the yard and things like that. So that's one of the things that we're going to do. So I will see you again soon. I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover in one of the next parts of this, and I hope that you have a good one. Hello. For winning NaNoWriMo, I got the borderless edition of the Smith-Waite tarot deck. It's, to me, well, I guess some of them are borderless, or I got these and they go along with. I think these are extras. I think. Lover's illustration for the scene from Deidre, Act 3, and the green sheep number 7. Catch Me, original watercolor painting. Duet, 1946 watercolor, and the detail of sheet music for Christmas Carol. So let's see the Lover's card and make sure that, yeah. Although I have to say, I like that card better. This Lover's card? Better than this Lover's card. But, you know. So I like the borderless a lot. To me, it's less distracting. Maybe that's because of the ADHD, but I do think it is much less distracting. So this is the deck I'm going to be using for writing and most likely for my pulls. I want to get to know the deck better and learn more about the symbology, and I have a book, a coloring book about tarot, and it helps you learn. So I'm going to get that back out. That's part of the depth year that I'm doing, is to learn this stuff. So that's one of the things. So I pulled my cards for everything but the tarot card. That's my Oracle card for December, and then we have the new moon in Sagittarius, and it says luck is on your side, and then the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. And I pulled those. Those are my cards for December, and this deck I've had for a little. It's from Spencer's. It doesn't come with a book. I love this. So I have to actually look up what the cards mean. I can look up here. I will do an in-depth uh, with the cards if y'all would like. So this deck and the other deck are the ones that I'm going to be using for December, because I do want to have some fun and learn. So I may be using these for my daily pulls. I love this. I love that. The actual back of the cards. So I just wanted to show. So let's pull a card.
So I pulled the Page of Swords, and it is new ideas, a thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. It's passion, enthusiasm. It's to make sure to take your time, not to overwhelm yourself, but to follow your passions, your ideas, and remember sometimes the way you learn is by mistake. Don't be afraid to explore other ways of communicating. When I look at the Page of Swords, he looks like a messenger to me. So he's seemed like he was giving me the message of communication and new ideas, not to be afraid to pursue my new ideas, but to actually take my time with them. So that made sense to me. The Oracle card was the Seeking Knowledge card, which went right with the Page of Swords. Wisdom, searching, learning. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Absorb all the info that you can. Then assimilate it into a pattern that works for you. Remember that you can make your own rules and you can change them. You can do things as you need to. Knowledge is a continual fountain. Knowledge is a continual fountain for those who remember to hold out their cups. The new moon in Sagittarius, the card read, it can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks, but be careful. You don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others, or just thinking about your own philosophies. Count your blessings. Tap into its energy by expecting the best. Now, all of these cards were about knowledge and wisdom and ideas, and that feels pretty right for December. I'm exploring a lot of different things. I've been working on a lot of different things as I endeavor to get things together for 2019. One of those is a better morning routine. One of those is the depth year, and I need to write down and do a spread for the depth year. Based on what I'm going to focus on, some of the projects that I haven't finished. One of the things I'd like to do is learn how to use my runes. I have these beautiful amethyst runes, and I really want to learn how to read them and use them. I want to learn more about the moon phases, and I want to really get better about the tarot reading daily. And I do it really well for the week and for the month, but I don't necessarily do it every single day. And I'd like to be better about reading it in the mornings. So I think the next video I will do is where I figure out a way that I can do this in the mornings before I start my day, or maybe in the evenings for the next day. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm going to work on that. And as we approach the new moon, which is right around the corner, I'm pretty excited about the new moon. Like I said, this is the new moon Sagittarius. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all again soon. Thanks. Bye, y'all.